Maybe.
We are playing The Witcher Path of Destiny. Dun, dun, dun. Welcome. I'm Sam.
I'm JT.
And you are on the flip side. We do stuff here on a weekly. And Fridays is a day that we play usually a newer game. And since JT is the master blaster for getting new stuff in.
You got piles of new games around.
Those are all old over there. I've just had them for too long. But this is like brand spanking new 2025. And so JT's going to learn us how to play Path of Destiny. Now, he has said, and you probably already know this is nothing like the other Witcher game. This is also from Go On Board.
That's right. This is not the Witcher Old World. Not even close.
Not an expansion. Nothing.
Nope.
It's a completely different game.
Not connected.
Not connected, except by IP.
Correct.
So,
which is pretty cool that they got to do it twice, but
yeah. Well, I mean, I think
I wonder if with the way they did their cards, because their cards are kind of similar in the makeup and everything. I wonder if originally they were thinking this was like one big game.
Oh.
And then they split it from having story to adventure and kind of to. And I think that's a really good choice.
Yeah,
if that's the way they did it, but.
I think generally speaking, games that have two robust phases like that, it's too much.
Yep.
It's too much.
I'll bet you that's what they did. Although I can't be positive. But
I'm not either. But it's cool. All right, so we're going to get down to the table so that JT can show us how to play, and then we're going to play. So here we go. All right, we are down at the table. You may begin, good sir.
All right. So, unlike The Witcher Old World, like I said, The Witcher Old World, you're taking on a character, you're leveling them up, you're defeating monsters, you're doing more of an adventure-style game. Witcher Path of Destiny is really awesome, and if you love the books, like this is an unbelievable connection. And if you've watched the movies, a lot of these things you will probably have remembered anyways, because they put a lot of the book stories into the movies. Because a lot of Witcher stuff is short stories.
Yeah.
Well, this is kind of like living those short stories out.
Sweet.
And running through. So we have this book. Our first book is The Edge of the World. For any of you who remember that little character right there, throwing steel balls at people. If you remember, the villagers tried to feed him steel balls to get him to leave. And then he used them as slingshot fodder instead. But anyways, this one's called The Edge of the World. But the game has, I think, with the base game comes with 3 different stories. The story of the Striga, the Edge of the World, and another one that I can't think of. And then the expansions came out with like 5 more. Plus there's a Wild Hunt. Plus there's legendary monsters you can fight cooperatively. This is competitive. But since the Edge of the Old World was originally Geralt, and he picked Geralt, I figured he'd pick Geralt, although I wasn't 100% positive, but he picked Geralt. So, but in the Edge of the Old World, it was Geralt and Dandelion, so I had to bring Dandelion along, since these were the two, and actually Geralt and what's his name? Jaskier was the replacement for Dandelion.
Yes.
Jaskier and Geralt in the show if you saw him. But anyways, in this game, we are going to go through that story. And it won't have the same ending as the story, but it'll have all of the parts and pieces, basically.
So it's kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure.
It's a choose-your-own-adventure, but there's a game in between.
Sure.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different possible endings. So depending on the path that we choose.
This is like Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings here. Fellowship. Have all these different possibilities for ending the story.
Yep.
And he's going to show all of them to us. We're going to play through all 8, right?
No. No. And we're not going to play through all 8. We're just going to play through 1.
Only 1.
All right. But the way that this game plays is kind of interesting. So it's a card drafting game where we're going to be in initiative order. And based on the scenario, Geralt gets to go first because he's leading the little adventure here. In the scenario, you're going to pick 2 cards. You're going to draft those 2 cards. And whatever. I'm going to pick 2 cards. and I'm going to draft those 2 cards. And when it comes to the next round, wherever we're at on this is going to be our new initiative order, like a king domino type of thing. So if I went up here and you went down here, then I get to go first.
That's just drawing 2 off the top?
This is just drawing 2 off the top. Okay. So you have choices. Anybody can do this. Both of us can do this. But if I did it first, well, I couldn't do it first. But if you did it first and I did it second, we would stay in that order. But drawing 2 off the top, taking this pair, this pair, this pair. If you take the last pair, you also get 1 extra experience point, which comes in handy in a little bit.
Is that this?
So you have an experience track here, so the way that the game plays is we're going to flip this over and we're going to read the story, and then the story is going to give us 2 options or 2 things we're working towards, and it's going to give us 2 types of symbols, and I'm not going to spoil the story at all here, but it's going to give us 2 types of symbols. So for this first encounter, we'll go back. But for this first encounter, we're looking for swords, and we're looking for these little knowledge things. Okay, we're looking for swords, and we're looking for knowledge. If we're looking for swords, your option is grab your weapon. Whatever happens, happens. And if you're looking for this, you're going to speak to the creature. Okay, and those are going to be our 2 choices. And depending on which one we do together most, we'll either go to 6 or we'll go to 10. Choose your own adventure. Okay. The other symbols, because there's 4 different types of symbols. There are swords, there are the knowledge, there are magic, and there are maps or explore tokens. Okay, so those are the 4 different tokens. So 2 of these are going to be paramount tokens or dominant tokens, and 2 of them are going to be inactive tokens for this. But it's also going to show us, if we take this path, these are going to be the next 2 dominant tokens for the next scenario.
Okay, that's cool.
So in this case, they're both going to be the same, but that will be different. So how you're building your hand might differ depending on what's coming up.
Does the order in which they show up matter?
It doesn't. It doesn't. It will just affect what the outcome is. So, anyways, so the way the game plays is, we're going to go down, we're going to draft 2 cards each, and then we're going to play 2 cards. And I don't care if you see my cards in my hand, I don't, whatever. We're going to play 2 cards out, and those 2 cards can be anything that I want to play. I'm going to have to play them in order, but say I want to play these 2 cards. I'm going to say these are my 2 cards, Sam's going to get his 2 cards, and then we're going to flip them over at the same time. And the reason we're going to do that is so you can't see what the other person symbol-wise is placing prior, right? And then in turn order, we're going to play them, and you have to play them in order. So you have to.
Oh, so you're not just choosing them. So for example, if I choose these 2 and I want this one to go first, I got to put that one on top and then down.
No. You're choosing them, and then you're playing them in order how you want. But if I play this one first, or say if I play this one first, and this has to do with this one, I can't use
stuff from there to do that.
Stuff from there to do that.
Understood.
Okay. But if I played this blue one first, and I get 1 knowledge and 1 map from it, these are tokens that I now have. So it's a kind of a set collection. They're not secondary tokens, but you can also collect these. And then if I played this one right behind it, this one says I can spend a map. And by spending a map, I can either spend a map that I have as a token, or I can spend a map that's on my card. Okay, so I've spent that map. And then I'm going to get either, and what this represents is, I'm either going to get the symbol that's on the white side, see the white road boys, or I'm going to get the symbol on that side.
Okay.
Oh, and this one, in this one in particular, I'm spending a map, but I'm getting 1 of each. Okay, so I would spend a map, but then I would get to get a sword and 1 of these to have. So at the end of my round, when I'm adding up, which we haven't talked about yet, I have 3 maps now. I have 3 knowledge now, and I have 1 sword. Okay? After we've played our 2 cards, and we've done whatever's on the bottom. Now, once I've played this, I will never do this again. It's just a one-time thing.
Got it.
Right? What's on the bottom. Now that we've played those, we're going to add up how many of these we have, the knowledge tokens, and how many swords we have. So I have 3 knowledge tokens, and I have 1 sword token, which means my character, Dandelion, I'm trying to speak to the creature. Okay? Depending on
what... follows suit.
Huh?
That
follows suit, right? I'm trying to speak to this guy. And Geralt, of course, just has like 4 swords down and no speaking, right?
Yes.
So I'm voting for us speaking to the creature. He's voting for us grabbing your weapon.
Yep.
And then in a 2-player game, we're going to go to whatever's left here. So we've taken this, we've taken this. We're going to go to whatever's left here, and we're going to look. And you notice here, the strength is swords. Okay? Because there's no other knowledge is out there.
Oh, okay.
Which means round 1 is going to go to the sword side here. Woohoo! Okay? Then we're going to do it again. We're going to reset everything. We're going to do it again until these 3 tokens are out. And depending on which one has more tokens at the end, that's what we're going to do.
Aww.
Okay?
We gotta talk.
We have to talk. No.
Boring.
But depending on which one has the most tokens at the end, that's what we're going to do. But the interesting thing is, you will have 6 cards here at the end of the first round. You're going to add up the winning one, so the dominant. This would be dominant here.
Yep.
For every one of these knowledge scrolls you have, that's a victory point. So let's say I end up with 6. I would go up to 6, and he ends up with 2. He would go up to 2. But the non-dominant, for every sword you have here, you're going to get an experience point. So victory points come from the dominant, experience points come from the non-dominant.
Got it.
So he could have 6 experience points where I might get 2. Okay, so we're going to work both of these tracks at the same time. On your board, you have 4 abilities. These are one-time use abilities, and they're really cool and they're really strong. And don't forget to use them. As your experience point token goes up, when you hit 6, you get to put this here, and so on and so forth. Once you get to...
Oh, okay.
Now that one's active.
Cool. All right, I didn't realize that. I didn't see it.
But when I use this, I'm going to flip it over, and I can never use it again this game. It's done.
These are all one-time
use.
Ooh.
And they're very important. They're really impactful.
Right.
Once you get to 20 with the pink one, it's going to come off the board, and you're going to start back over with the gold one to continue your track. Now, the gold one doesn't give you new abilities. What it does at the end of the game, depending on how high it is, it's going to give you that many victory points. Okay? So the pink one's going to unlock your abilities. The gold one is going to give you victory points.
That's cool.
Okay? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that 3 times. We're going to count up what we have. We're going to score victory points and experience points. Then we're going to go to the page here. It's going to tell us what to do.
Yep.
And then we're going to go to the next chapter.
And we play through that entire book.
We play for this entire book, which is 3 chapters. So we're going to do this 3 times.
Oh, okay.
Okay, which is going to get us through that book.
Got it.
Okay. A couple of other things to note. Whoever has the most, in this case, whoever has the most swords at the end of this one is going to get this white signpost. And whoever has the most books is going to get this other signpost. And the book is going to tell you what benefit you get from having that signpost.
Okay.
So, but just know if I win the swords here, I get this.
Yep.
And I'm going to get something from the story.
Yep.
Because I have it.
And
one person could get both of those.
Is the dark signpost usually bad stuff?
Nope.
No,
they're both good.
They're both good. Okay, cool.
They're both good.
And that's
one of
the
you
difference.
Is trying to speak.
That's the difference here.
You can see here. See the
No, yeah, I got that. But down here, it looks like you have a white signpost here and a dark
Yeah.
signpost here.
Yeah,
so
but
that's
it
what's going to
doesn't-
be on the next chapter.
Yeah, but you don't know what you're going to get out of it. So
True. Yeah. No, I get you.
But anyway, so you're going to get those signposts based on who has the most symbols.
Yeah.
The really cool thing about this game is all of these are modules. For this module, which is the first one, every module has different things. Like some of them have personal bags where you're chip building in them. Some of them, they have all kinds of different things going on.
Dang.
Scenario to scenario, they have all kinds of different things going on. For this one in particular, we have these travel goals,
cards,
I guess. Yep.
Or goals.
So for the first round, for this first chapter, if you can get a green, yellow, red in a row, or a yellow, blue, red in a row, you will get, one of these icons plus an experience point. So that's another thing you're shooting for in this chapter to try to make your colors line up properly.
Okay.
And you could do that multiple times, technically, but to get it, one of the 2 cards you play, at least one of the 2 cards you play, has to be part of that combination.
Okay.
So, okay, so we have these we're looking for. Only this one at first, but this will show you what's coming, so you can kind of think towards second chapter.
Yeah.
Right? And then
How long do your cards stay in front of you?
until the end of the chapter. So at the end of the chapter, that's a good question. At the end of the chapter, we're going to get rid of all the extra tokens we have. We're going to get rid of all the cards we have except for one. You get to start your story with one card.
Got it.
And go again. So, and then we're going to drop 6. So at the end of the second chapter, you're going to have 7 cards out. At the end of the second chapter, you're going to keep 2 cards, and you can put them in whatever order you want. And the end of that one, you're going to have 8 cards out. So, so we start out with a hand of 5 cards. Go ahead.
What about these cards? Does it count for both,
Both.
or one?
Nope, not one. Both. Both. So there's a lot of symbols in the game. One thing to note first before we look at the symbols, because I think that's what we have left. You have a side quest here. Because Geralt doesn't like to do whatever green is. I think that's knowledge, right? Because Geralt doesn't like knowledge.
He does too. He just uses knowledge for an advantage.
No, he doesn't use knowledge, because at the end of the game, if you can have 5 green cards in your hand, you're going to get an extra 5 victory points.
I'm not going to use knowledge.
See, it teaches him. So for me, this one's kind of interesting. I've never played Dandelion before, but for Dandelion, I have to pick, at the end of the game, I get to pick which color I want left in my hand.
What?
But I have to have 4, 5, or 6 cards of that color, where you only have to have 3, 4, or 5. So I get to pick my color, but I need to be more focused on it to get it. So,
all right, chat is, looks like chat is like not very active. I guess people are just listening,
focused,
and paying attention. They're focused. But let's see. Philip is here. Luke is here. Karen is here.
Cheers.
Tom is here. Travis Hooper is here. What's up, our Canadian friend? He says, toss a coin to your flip side. Andrew Gunner says, good afternoon, all you loverly peoples. Let's see. Except for those who taught me Flip 7 on BGA, shame on you.
What?
He says, those of you who taught me Flip 7 on BGA, so board game. Shame on you. I guess he's been playing it a lot. Wait, wrong live stream. Shoulder pain is making me wonky, I guess. Whatever. S-Dog and J Tizzles. I don't...
That's what my middle name is, by the way. That's what the T stands for. J Tizzles Turner.
Surprise is competitive, not co-op. There are co-op expansions.
There is. There are.
Marius says, hello, Mikosinski. Mikosinski, yes. Hello. Travis is working, he says.
Nice.
Sorry.
There would not be, if this was a co-op game, it wouldn't work. Not with the style it is now, because you have to compete for those cards, and it's important. Like, there's a significant competition out here. So if you made this co-op just like it is, you'll be like, oh, you take those ones, and I'll take those ones. And, you know what I mean? It wouldn't work. But there is a co-op version where you're fighting legendary monsters. So
okay, that's cool. Does it still use the card drafting just differently?
It does use the card drafting, but the monster's up here, and they get a draft against you, and they also move around the board, and they attack you and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So it's
all right.
So that's the way the game works. Now, there are a lot of icons on the cards, and we'll try to point them out as they show up. But this icon means that I would have to spend a fire token, so either cover it on a card or spend it to get whatever the white item would be. Now you can see it has a 1, 2, or 3. So when I play this card, if I could spend 3 fire tokens, I could get 3 of those.
Got it.
This one says you have to have exactly 1 green card in your tableau. If you do, when you play this, you get 2 victory points. Okay. You have to spend a knowledge to get 3 victory points. You have to have exactly 2 blue cards to get 2 of those. Some of them have a ... which means 2 or more. But if it has the equal sign, you have to have exactly that number there. And like I said, this one's spending a map. So yeah.
So you have to be able to do this in order to play this card.
Nope. When you play that card, if you can't do it, all you're doing is getting this symbol.
You're just getting the blue. Or that
the
symbol, or
yep.
the blue, or what have you. Gotcha.
Yep. All right, are we ready for a story?
Man, I am ready.
How's your reading voice?
I can read, bro. I can always read. I like
All right, here we go. We're going into the actual story.
For the past few days, you've been traveling along the route in the Valley of Flowers, listening to the clatter of wheels and your own thoughts. So when you hear somebody call you from behind, you gladly come to a halt. A break from the monotony of the journey is always welcome. The bearded peasant who catches up with you introduces himself as Netley. My village, Lower Posada, is being terrorized by a damn devil, Netley says bluntly. I thought that company like yours could help us. On your way to the village, he tells you about the beast that roams their fields day after day. It destroys crops, pollutes water in the well, and steals oats from the granaries, Netley lists. But most of all, I'm sorry, I forgot his voice. But most of all, it demands food in return for peace and quiet. Even though you cannot believe the creatures such as devils are anything more than a figment of human imagination, you quickly realize that the nerves of the residents of the Lower Posada are on edge. And when superstitions and agitation come into play, pitchforks and torches usually follow. But rarely is it right, and even less often just. Well, apparently before you leave this place, known as the edge of the world, you will have to straighten this problem out.
And see, the whole story's a book, too. You see this?
Huh?
The story's a book, too.
Yep. Oh, I gotta keep reading? Whoa. Netley leads you to Dun, the elder of the village. We are surrounded by fields of hemp, hops, and linen, which you must have passed, says Dun. That's the devil's territory. Go there. When you reach the place, your attention is drawn to a large stone on which several clay bowls and a tallow candle, now almost entirely burnt, have been placed. Among the dishes, you find corn and beans, as well as other seeds and grains. You begin to think that all this was used by the villagers to make an offering to the devil. All of a sudden, from behind your back, the sound of scampering and a menacing growling reach your ears. Something is approaching you. The devil itself jumps out at you from the thicket of the field. It's the strangest looking creature you've ever seen. Horned, with a furry tail and split hooves, it starts to jump around you, and its sinister roars blend in to one. Sinister roars blend into one with your profanities.
That's coming out of him.
It is. Profanities amok. Instinctively, you reach for your weapons to prevent the creature from getting too close to you. At the same time, you try to talk over its roars.
Okay, so we're reaching for our weapons and trying to talk over its roars. And from the books, they spell it Deovel. Deovel. So it's not devil.
Oh, how do you
Deovel.
pronounce that, though? Deovel? That's how you pronounce that?
Yeah.
How do you pronounce that, Deovel?
Deo, V-E-L, vel.
It's
Deovel.
Dovel. D-O-E.
Okay, Dovel. Sure. But that they do a play on the word, all I'm saying.
It's a devil.
All right, it's a devil. Okay, so anyways, here we are back to, chat's going wild over there.
It is.
Here we are back to swords and knowledge. It's not called knowledge.
Box is covering you. What box? There's no box covering me. Oh, this box is covering me. I don't care. If Eric was here, he would say it makes the stream better because you can't see me. No, Micah says, is this a Kickstarter game? No, it's a board game. Ba-dum-dum. Can't wait for my copy. Fair point. JT just got this from Kickstarter. Should be out soon. That would be better if you zoom camera with what you're reading. I would absolutely love to zoom in if I actually had a cameraman. I don't. So there we go. Good immersive reading. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. That's it. We're caught up on chat.
All right. And just so we know, the sword is called fight token. This is called diplomacy. This is a diplomacy token. So we're looking for diplomacy or fight. Okay.
Where is the aggressive diplomacy icon?
So now remember, for this one, we are looking for possibly getting these combinations in order. You're looking at not spending any greens unless you want to. No, obviously you can spend greens. This is not.
This is just for what you have at the end of the
game. So, and then so it's time. Do you want to fight or do you want to talk?
We have to pick, right?
Yes, you have to pick.
Well, I believe...
What do I got over there to do?
I believe that... Goodness gracious.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I mean... Goodness... My gosh. Okay. Wow. I think I'm going to go down here. Boom.
Okay, so just take the 2 cards.
Okie dokie.
Those belong to you.
They belong to me.
Oh, man. I might have wanted those cards. Maybe not. Let's see.
Sorry, box. Sorry, Sam. The box is prettier than you. Yes, it is. A sword called a fight token. What ridiculous terminology. Which is the you didn't offer enough payment, walk away token.
That might be out there. Who knows? I was trying to. Yeah.
And we're only going to choose. We're only going to choose 2 cards at a time, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So we're going to take 2 from here, then we're going to play 2. So you'll have 5 in your hand. There's an ability here that will give you an extra one. But I
have a question.
I'm struggling to want to take this one. But
When you have these 2 things, does it mean you have a yellow and then a green?
Nope.
Or is
that
this
is
just
a yellow
simultaneously a yellow-green
Correct.
at the same? So, for example,
It does not count green-yellow. No.
Okay, so this one card, you have to have 3
One of
cards
those.
out there, right?
That's correct.
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha. Understood.
Okay, all right, so we both drew. So now we have to play 2 cards out. And we're looking for those and those. So I'm gonna go easy. I'll play my 2 cards out here, which are just giving me symbols, no special effects. So I'm just gonna call that.
Okay. Boom!
Oh shoot! I'm supposed to play him face down. My bad. No, I'm supposed to play him face down.
I'm playing it right.
All right, he's playing it right.
It's okay.
Now you can turn them over.
All right, I turn them over, and I'm gonna play them out. Boom!
In order. Okay.
Yes. Bing, bing.
I know. Okay. So he played his in order. I played mine in order. That's the first round. So now what we're gonna do is you're gonna look at what you have. I have 2 diplomacy and 1 fight.
Yep.
So I'm voting for diplomacy.
I am equal.
You're equal, so you're not voting for anything.
I'm following your lead.
Okay, well this guy is voting for fight, so that's 1 vote for diplomacy, 1 vote for fight, and since there's no wins, then the 1 just steps aside. It doesn't get to count.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we're feeling out the situation. All right, we're gonna get rid of the top 2 cards. That's how it works. Then we're gonna refill.
And then this stays our order.
Yep. Okay. So now, all right, what I want to play is, ooh, I like it. I like it a lot.
BGG weight is only 2.27.
Yeah, there's not a lot of, I mean, it's not super heavy. Although it can, like I said, it could be very AP prone, thinking about your abilities, what you got in your hand.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take the bottom one. Does that make sense?
Oh, that gives you an experience.
Let me see here. Yeah, I might as well take the bottom one. So I'm going to take these 2 cards and get 1 experience.
This one has William Wallace on it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then while you're thinking, I'm going to think on how to murderate you.
Me?
Yeah.
Why
you're my enemy.
I'm not.
You're the enemy of the
We're
enemy,
supposed to be helping each other.
The enemy of my enemy is my
Wrong
enemy.
with you. I think I'm gonna go here.
Okay. I have my 2 cards to play. Whenever you have your 2 cards to play, we're good to go.
Uno. Oh, wait a minute. I just remembered something. Can I change mine?
Mm-hmm. As long as you put the same 2 back.
No, I did. Absolutely. That put those in the back of my hand. So I'm going to go up here, though. Because stuff.
All right. Stuff and things.
Stuff and things. All right. So I'm going to play this one.
You already put 1 card down there.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Gonna play this
Well,
one.
I meant to
this
play
one,
that.
and this
That's the one I meant to play anyway. So there you have it. And then I'll go with. Oh crap! Then I'll go with this one. All right, so I got them.
Okay, good to go.
I'm gonna play that one, and then if I cover up that, then I get 3 experience points, right?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And then the second one is going to be this.
Okay, and then you completed one of those.
I did.
So you're going to get a sword token and another experience point.
Okay, sword token is that one, and another experience. Bam.
Okay. And then I need to play this one. This one says if I have a blue card, I get 2 experience points. And then I'm going to play this one, which says if I get rid of a map, I get a sword and a diplomacy. And that's mine, and I completed the second one, so I'm going to get another diplomacy and an experience point. Okay, so we're played out. So now you're going to count your symbols, which one you have more of.
I am now leaning towards fight.
I have 5 diplomacy and 3 fight, so I'm leaning here. You're leaning here. This is leaning here. So fight now has the edge.
Yeah.
We're going to fight it.
All right. Why did those first 2 go away?
The first 2 always go away.
First 2
Whatever
always
the
go
highest 2 always
Gotcha.
go away.
Understood.
Okay, round 3. This is it. This is going to make our decision on what we're doing. And it's also going to make a decision on what's our experience points and what's our victory points.
So I have a question. These double ones on things like this, they will count for example, if this had 3 reds, even though this is a red and a green, it would still count as it could still count as one of those reds.
It has, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just it's only instances of that. Like if you're using it for the other color, it can still be the other color, right?
It's always both colors.
It's always both. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for instance, if you had this red one here and that one there, you couldn't play this one and say you only had 1 red.
Got it.
Because you have 2 reds.
Yep. Understand. When you have tokens out here like this, do they count towards that?
Yep. All the tokens you have count.
Oh, okay. Because I had 1, 2, 3
Swords.
Okay, so yeah,
one.
I was still leaning towards.
Yep.
heavy.
Yeah,
Okay.
you count everything of that.
Understood.
Every token.
Okay. All right, then I am going.
I'm gonna find out that this whole picking my color. So like to keep your eye on greens. Me, I'm like I can spend anything, and then pretty soon I'm gonna be like, shoot, I have nothing. So
Yeah.
all right, you're taking the 2 blues.
Yep. I'm sorry.
Go for it.
Is it too
All right, what does that leave me with? Oh wait. Oh no, only yellow. Yeah, that kind of doesn't help. I don't want to do that. So If I go... That's a tough one. I'm going to have to go all the way to the bottom again. Take those two and get a victory point, or I mean experience point, excuse me. Okay, so now we got to pick which two we're playing.
When you have things like this right here, what do these give you?
Huh? That gives you whatever symbol's on here. So that gives you a sword.
Okay.
Whatever's on the waypoint.
Understood.
Huh.
I got mine.
I don't know if this is a good idea or not.
I think it's a great idea. What's the thematic reasoning for being competitive?
Because he's a monster. You never read... No, I'm just kidding. In the story, you're getting attacked, or he's like berating
And we're
you,
debating about
throwing
how to...
balls. No, you're either going to grab your weapon to protect yourself, which you are. You're
Yeah.
protecting yourself, and you're trying to speak to the creatures. So
Yeah.
depends on how we do overall. I think I'm going to pick these two, but I think it's crazy. But okay,
I'm going to pick these
do it
two.
anyways.
Ready?
Sure, why not?
All right, I'm playing this one down as a blue. And because I only have one red, I get 2 fires.
Yeah.
Badink and badink. And then I'm playing this one down just for another sword.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to play this one down. Since I have one green, I get 2 experience points, which unlocks my second ability.
Aww.
I have to say...
That also finished that. Does that matter? So that gives me another...
Gives
really
you
wanna do that.
one of these.
But yeah.
And an experience.
Okay, I did want to do that.
And I lied because before I did that, I want to flip this over. Before I play my card, I want to flip this over. It gives me one active symbol of the type that I currently have the fewest of, which is swords. So it's going to give me 1 sword.
Ooh.
Okay. Anyways, then I played that, got my 2 experience points. And then I'm going to play this one, which allows me to get rid of this map and get 3 more experience points. I'm going to work the experience point track and see what happens. Okay, so now we have played our 6 cards. Count up. Which way are you leaning?
2, 3, 4, 5. I definitely have more fight.
I'm 5 versus 4. So
I am 4 versus 1.
okay, so this is going into the fight again. I think. Oh, I'm sorry. I lean to this way. You lean to this way.
This person is indifferent.
So that doesn't go anywhere because we evened out. But the sword is still winning, right?
Yeah.
So we are grabbing the weapon. We're going combat.
Yeah!
Heavy. I'm
Weapons hot, baby.
Dandelion's. You don't have to do that. We can figure this out.
We can play him a song.
Yeah, that's right. You can play a song. All right. So, anyways,
I
the first thing we're gonna do.
My steel.
This is our dominant trait.
Yep.
Okay. So for every sword you have, 1, 2, 3, 4.
2, 3.
I get
4.
4 victory points.
I get 4 victory points
For swords?
Yep.
4. Okay. And for every diplomacy you have,
1.
5. I get 5 experience points.
Oh wait, I got 2, so I get 2 experience points. And that unlocked my.
Yep. So now they're unlocked. Okay. So that's the first part. The second part is we give out the tokens. So who had the most combat? 1, 2, 3, 4. You had how many?
4.
Oh, so nobody had the most combat. So then it goes, actually the tiebreaker is, unfortunately, he gets it because he's initiative order. And then I get this one because I had more diplomacy.
Yep.
Okay. And then we're going to clean up this. So you're going to get rid of every card but 1. You get to keep 1 card. You don't get to worry about the ability. The ability's already spent, but you get to keep 1 card for next round.
And we know what
Fire and maps.
Fire and maps. Okay, so I'll keep this, and then I'll keep this red one right here. Boom.
So
And then these go away.
I'm going to do the same thing. I'll keep the red one. Okay. Then we are going to flip this one over. So
What
this
about
is gone
all
now.
of these tokens? These tokens go away?
Yep, all the tokens go away.
Okay.
Get up there.
Yeah.
Oh. You guys forgot to tell me that oh my gosh, I was leaving them there. I did complete this too. I had green, yellow, red, so I should have got an extra sword. Oh, you know what that means?
You're a jerk. That's what that means.
I get that.
You're a retconning jerk. That's what that
I
means.
should have got an extra sword and an extra experience point. So, okay. So now we're going to take this. It tells us to go to page 6.
Hopefully, I'm a huge fan of the source material. My bud and I just joined an online book club for the first couple. I wasn't sure who the character options were and wasn't sure if it works for all.
Yeah, it does. It works for anybody. You can take any character you want. In the base game, you have Dandelion, Geralt, Ciri, Yennefer, and Vesemir.
Yeah.
And then there's expansion that has Triss. Why can't I think of them? Triss, Dijkstra, the dwarf. Why can't I think of it? The dwarf. I can't remember. There's a couple more, but and Emir, which is awesome because you'd be an old vampire dude.
Yeah.
But anyways, we went to page 6.
Page 6. The Diovel turns out to be a Sylvan, half human, half goat. Indeed malicious, but by no means bloodthirsty. However, it is in a fighting mood and starts hurling iron balls at you. Mm-hmm. You manage to fend it off, but one of you decides to run after it through the field with particularly determination. The Sylvan seems to know perfectly well which direction to run in. Does it have its hideout there? The player with the blank token gains one map.
One explore token.
The person from your party who has tried the hardest to communicate with the Sylvan points out that the beast referred to itself in the plural form, thus revealing that it does not act alone. This area is called the Edge of the World because there are no humans beyond it. There are elves living in the nearby mountains. They were driven away from here a few generations ago. Could the Sylvan be cooperating with them? The player with the other token gains 1 experience.
Nice.
Selfish little bugger. You feel it's too early to pay the Sylvan a visit. First, you decide to confirm your suspicions. Oops. The gifts left on the stone look like offerings. You examine them carefully to understand what the villagers wanted to achieve here. That has the fire thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why. You look around the area in search of anything that could prove your suspicions that the Sylvan is not the only non-human visitor here. And that has a map.
The fire token is magic.
Yeah.
And the other one is explore. Oh, no. So, what does it say? Oh, yeah, explore.
Yep.
So our options are now to examine the crops or to look for traces by exploring. So would you rather examine crops or look for traces?
I prefer to win.
Oh, okay.
Whatever that means.
Fair. Okay, and then this one does turn over. So now those are our options.
Yep. Gotcha.
Which are much harder to do in 7 cards.
Y'all.
Except for the first one.
So now we're back to guessing what we want.
Fire and maps. Fire and maps. Well, that doesn't help.
I think I'm going to go
Why? One fire. Look at that. You can turn in one fire for 2 fires.
I thought about it.
Well, those all suck.
Yeah.
Those all don't tickle my fancy. What if I did it? What if I did it, guys? What if I went here and just took 2 off the top? Doing it. Oh, that was a bad idea. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine. It's fine. Now there is a symbol I don't know if you've seen so far, but it's the 2 cross posts.
Yeah.
Those are non-active symbols, so that would be
Got it.
the other 2 symbols from fire. And
Now I know what you have in your hand. And
Yep.
now
I
I'm
wanna
going
make sure
to
you-
win.
there you go.
I'm not.
That's all that matters.
I'm not going to win.
All right, what's my colors over there?
I have my 2 cards chosen.
I could play that one and that one. You do have your 2 cards chosen, huh?
Bing bong.
So red.
Again, I don't know that I'm making good decisions.
Yeah, that's okay.
But I am making decisions.
Well, that's good. Okay. All right. Those are my 2 cards.
You heard the joke about a guy that goes to an interview and he says, "I'm really quick with math." Mm-hmm. And the guy says, "Well, then, what's 125 times 3,692?" And he says, 108. He goes, "That's completely wrong." He says, "Yeah, but it was fast."
There you go. That's very good. I like it. All right. So then we can play our 2 cards.
Yep. I'm going to play
I'm
this
going
one first.
yellow, green. Go ahead.
Now here's the thing, and I think I understand the thing earlier. I'm playing this to get a yellow
Sure.
over here
It's fine.
after the red, but then I'm going to play this, and because I have exactly 1 green, I get one of these.
1 fire. That's correct.
Yeah, okay. Even though it's a yellow.
That's
Well,
correct.
I mean, yeah, even
Yeah,
though
yeah.
it's both. Yeah, okay. So I get a fire.
But it doesn't work for that pattern. So
Why not?
because it's red, yellow, green, and this is not a green. Your 3rd card is a green.
Oh, fart. All right, I paid the wrong.
Try again.
No, yeah, let me see. Let me see. I
No
played them
worries.
in backwards order. Dang it. All right, well. Yellow, green. Oh, yeah. All right, well, I'm still going to play this one to try to keep the order. Oh, it's going to get screwed up anyway, right? So
As
I
long
think
as
it would
you
be
play
better.
a green 3rd.
It would be better just to go yellow and then green. Because in the long run, it's going to be better for me than the other things. Yeah. That's what I'm
Okay.
doing.
All right, and I have 1 red over here, so I'm going to get 2 experience points. I'm worried that I'm experience pointing too fast now, see? But anyways, so that's it. We got to count up our symbols.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got for symbols? Before, oh, I can't take these off yet. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. They're both not these symbols. All right.
I have 1, 2 for examine.
I have 3 fire and 1 map. So this
We're
one,
going fire.
yep, he's got 1 map. So he would be against us on that one.
But it's 2.
Yep, it's 2
V1.
versus 1.
Yep.
So we are examining the crops. All right. Now, if both of us did that, right, we need a blue card next. And I get to go first. Okay. All right. Wait, do I have a blue card to play first? That might be the first choice. Fire and maps. Well, that limits my choices. I guess I gotta go here. Let's see. I'm going to use my special ability before playing cards. I'm going to flip those over. I'm going to choose a symbol. And that symbol is going to be... It's going to be maps. And I'm going to reveal cards from the main deck until I reveal a card with that symbol, and then I get to keep that card. Which effectively increased my hand size too. Just now I gotta play 2 out. Here's 1.
Not doing well at chaining cards, which is the entire mechanism, and that's not good. It still works.
You have to do that one. Green, blue. Yeah, I won't have enough to do.
Ready?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to go blue first, and I'm going to use training. Says ignore that.
Okay.
In order to get that.
Yep.
So I'm going to get 1 of each.
Nice.
Oh, wait, which is the map? This is the map.
Yep.
This is the fire, and that's the sword.
Nice.
And then I'll also do that for a green, but that
doesn't matter what it is.
Right, but that finishes.
Yep, that. So
that.
you get 2 fires.
I get 2 fires.
Okay. So I'll play this one in first, which doesn't fire because I don't have 2 greens in front of it. And I'll play this one second and get rid of a sword to get 2 fires. Okay. And then that fires off that, which will give me 2 more fires.
Yeah. This must be a very good game because players are so quiet and busy thinking.
Or we're just too daft. So. All right, so counting up your fire symbols, I have 2, 4, 6, 7.
What?
Versus 1 map. Oh, 2.
I have
2 maps.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have 1, 2, 3 maps.
Okay, so both of us are going towards fire.
Yep.
And then he is, oh, he's going towards maps again. He's going against us, but doesn't matter. All right, this is the last one for chapter 2.
5. So we're only going to play 1 card? Or 2?
We're going to play 2 cards.
Okay.
So we're going to draw 2 and play 2. And I can't do any of those, so I don't have to worry about that garbage. It's not garbage. It's just not ideal. So this is... Nope. It's only maps and...
Oh, so we can only play
maps and fire.
We can only play 2 cards.
2 cards.
Which means that we're not going to be able to finish those.
I'm not going to be able to do that again.
Because I only have a green here, so I can't. I'm not going to be able to finish that.
No.
Got it.
I wouldn't. Don't worry about that because there's no way neither one of us are getting that.
Yep. Okay.
So likely, well, more than likely, we're looking for maps and diplomacy next.
You pick first. So
Yeah.
I can just look at my cards and see what I have. Strong possibility.
We don't need that.
This is also.
Could take this. I don't have a sword. None of these are good. None of them are good, people. I don't need a sword. Huh. I did not like my options. I don't have one of those. Interesting. Well, I'll go here. Take these two.
What did you say this was again?
Anything that's not a fire or map. So
Got
if that would be swords and knowledge for every sword, for up to 3 swords and knowledge.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, my hand's a mess, people. Mess.
I will go here.
Okay. You can imagine Dandelion's hand being a mess of colors. Yeah, it's because I just play whatever the hell I want to play whenever I want to play it. You ready?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm just gonna go with these two. All right, ready?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna go, since it doesn't matter, because I'm not gonna do anything, I'm gonna do that, which allows me to do this and get two of
fires.
these.
Yep. So you got rid of a fire and got 2 fires.
And then I'm gonna go here, and that's gonna allow me
Nice.
to
Get rid of a map and get 2 maps.
map and get 2 maps.
That's funny. 2 explorations.
Yes.
All right, so for me, I'm going to go here. I have 2 yellows. That's going to give me 2 explorers. And then I'm going to go there and just add that one in. So, okay, you ready to count up?
Yep, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fire, and I've got 4 explore.
Okay, so we both went for this one again.
Yep.
And so did he. So look at that. We are definitely examining those crops.
Well, we got to figure it out.
We got to figure it out, man. Nobody else is going to figure it out for us. Okay.
We can't just jump to conclusions.
So now we know that fire's victory points and maps is experience points. So fire again.
I got 6.
7 for me. And 6 for the Witcher. 6 for the Witcher. Okay. We're going to give out the left and right path tokens.
3, 4. I got 4 explore.
I got 5. I'm still winning. I get both paths again. Lucky me.
You're a dork.
All right. Now we're getting rid of everything but 2 cards. So, and it's maps and diplomacy this time that matter. And that is our card, so I don't need this one or this
Maps
one.
and
This one
diplomacy.
probably.
And that's going to be our card.
I start there. Oh, that kind of green, red. I gotta see what I got in here to burn. So I'm gonna go yellow green like this.
Maps and diplomacy, huh? I'm going to keep these two.
Oh, did we get our experience points?
I did. I don't know if you did.
I did not. I had 5, right?
Yeah. I have, so I'm keeping these two. And then I'm going to
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
I'm going to use this to keep one of the cards in my hand. So I'm going to go with this one. And these go away.
Nice. That was cool.
And these go away.
These abilities are neat.
Yeah, they are. There. Oh,
let's see.
And then these go here. All right. So.
All right. Hand of 6. I'm turning over this thing.
These go away?
Huh? Yep.
These go away. And these flip up.
Yeah. But we are doing 14. We're turning the...
Do we turn these over first?
Nope.
No? Okay.
We're turning the book to 14. There you go. Tell me where we're at.
A careful examination of the latest offering confirms your belief that the villagers tried to perform a ritual to get rid of the Sylvan. One of you, having made sure it is safe, tastes the honey-coated grains and has an epiphany. See, in the last Witcher game, I ate the weird stuff. And now you're eating the weird stuff. These crops and agricultural produce are indeed the leftovers from an offering. These gifts were supposed to humor the uninvited guest, which proves that people do not want to bring about bloodshed. The player with the blank token reveals cards from the main deck until they find a card with a map or an scroll. So explore or knowledge. They put the card anywhere in their timeline, ignoring its effect. Discard the other revealed cards.
A map or a scroll. Okay, so I take that and I can put it anywhere in my timeline.
Yes. But
Yellow.
you ignore its effect. Discard the other revealed cards.
Okay. Done.
Searching the area, you come across very distinctive traces. One of you notices some grains next to the trace. Could it be that the Sylvan is feeding and hiding the elves? The player with the other token gains 1 knowledge.
Diplomacy?
Yeah, diplomacy, sorry, yeah.
I called it knowledge at the beginning, so I get it.
You did. So that gets flipped over. Well, possibly. And then, a little wiser than yesterday, you decide to follow the beast, hoping to reach its hideout. Suddenly, from a distance, you spot 2 elves and decide to observe them for a while. Since they are armed, instead of rushing at them blindly, you take some time to discuss your next steps. Explore, you study the maps and delve into the depths of your memory to find the place where the Sylvan and elves could go for the benefit of the residents of Lower Posada and your own. For diplomacy, you also try to think of other arguments which could convince the Sylvan and the elves to leave this place.
We're being very diplomatic.
Yuck. I'm just saying, this would be one of the boring episodes.
That's right, Dandelion, shut up. No, you have a moral code. All right, so we're studying maps and getting ready to talk. So, right?
Okay, fine.
Like, if I have to talk, why do I gotta talk? All right, what about yellow, green, yellow, blue? Sometimes following those cards up there seems detrimental to my brain.
Yes. Indeed. Okay. Bum, 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 bum.
Legolas, we missed you. Oh, wait, wrong IP.
Wrong IP.
Is that Spock over there?
Spock. What in the world?
We know Spock is a elf.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to go up here and take these two.
Okay, what do I got left? I don't even want to look till he gets done because frustration and things. No, I'm just kidding. What do I need? I need yellow, blue. Sword. Who needs a sword? I don't need a sword. Well, okay then, I'll go here. That's not yellow or blue. All right. Yeah, well. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Yellow.
Okay.
I got to get rid of a sword.
That blue.
I get 3 victory or experience points.
This gives me 2.
Gives me Jack.
This gives me 2.
2 of those.
These
Yep.
things.
2 diplomacy. Look at girls being diplomatic.
We got to make people
With Philippa Eilhart.
agree with each other. And I've got one of those.
Ooh, green, red, blue, red. Oh, I see.
Green, red, blue, red. So that gives me 2 of these.
What's that?
2.
Oh, yeah. So you completed, yep. So you get 2 of these. And I get 2 of those. Okay. All right. So now count up your maps.
1, 2, 3.
I have 1 map and 5 of the diplomacy.
So I'm definitely leaning maps.
Okay.
And then this guy
So
doesn't care.
I'm going diplomacy. You're going maps.
Yep.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because I have 1, 2, and that's it.
Yep.
Then I have 1, 2, 3.
All right. Well, that first token's not being placed then. We haven't made up our minds, guys.
That is correct.
Okay.
Stop playing your instrument for just a minute and figure out what we can do to get these people to live together in peace. Stop singing songs about battle.
I'm singing songs about peace and wenches. All right. Before playing cards, huh? Okay, so now, can I get one of those done again is the question. And I doubt it. We got 4 cards left. So, okay, thinking about it. Question is which one of these do I want to win? You know? Mm-hmm. You get to pick first.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, sorry.
I'm trying.
I need to go green first. I don't want to do it, guys. Give me 2 of those. Hang on a second. Green, red. What are you doing over there, doggo?
I scratching my back.
I don't know. They're all close to the same. All right, quit thinking. Okay, so. Do that one. So 1, 2. Oh no, we need maps. Just 1, 2. Just that one. You got it?
I do.
I wish I did.
Again, I don't think it's very good decisions.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
All right, I'm doing yellow, green.
Okay.
No special
No
abilities.
specials. All right, and I'm doing green. This gets rid of one of these, but then it gives me 2 of them. And red. So for any off symbols, I have up to 3, which is just my sword and my fire. So I get 2 experience. Okay.
Yep, I'm not doing good at anything.
All right. How many diplomacy you got versus maps?
I have...
I am 6 diplomacy and 2 maps. So I'm voting to get ready to talk. Let's talk, Daryl.
I have 1, 2, 3 diplomacy and 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay,
explore.
so he's leaning map, so we're split right now.
And they're leaning
out
that.
there. They're leaning to talk.
Yep.
Okay. That's it. We got 2 cards left. Oh, see, we forgot to use our special abilities.
What?
No, maybe not.
I use both of my special abilities.
I forgot to use my special abilities.
I can't get experience apparently, so.
You got your experience years ago in the caves,
That's true.
and since then you're kind of dull. All right, what color card am I keeping? What color cards am I keeping, guys? This isn't gonna work out. All right. Let's see.
Choice.
I'm trying to think here. I don't know how much experience I actually want. Okay, so anyways, I need, if I'm going green, red, I need blue, red. Blue. Blue, red. Okay. Okay. And then that means I want go here. Draft.
We'll go here, take these 2, and then get an experience point, which unlocks my Witcher fitness.
Nice.
Use the full result of the effect on a played card without meeting its condition.
Nice. That's these ones.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, you're not doing it.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, I don't know that I'm going to do it.
Because you can do it for free, though.
Yeah, I know.
This is your last turn.
Right.
This is the end of
The
the
full, yeah, but on a plate. Oh, so it can be any card.
any card that you've played.
Oh.
Just do the full effect.
Oh, it would definitely be that one, right?
Sure.
Because it gives
Yeah,
me
it gives
3.
you 3 of those.
Yep, I'll do it.
All right, and I'm gonna do
I
this
thought I
one.
had to. I thought it was while I was playing the card.
No, it says.
It just says on a played card.
Gotcha. During the playing card state. Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
I was reading more into it.
Back to what I was gonna. I'm gonna do mine too. I lose 1 active symbol that I have the most of, which would be these. and I gain 3 of the others. Okay. Now, you ready to play your card? Oh, no.
I am, almost.
Green, red, blue, red. But yeah, these are significantly different from scenario to scenario. Like, there's no other scenario that has these card combination things you're even trying to do. Just this one.
I think I'm gonna go with these two.
Okay,
Got it.
go for it.
So I've got a yellow, and I'm going to use uno, dos.
You can do one of those too if you want.
Tres to get 3
Ooh.
of these.
Loading up on diplomacy. Look at that. The Witcher is diplomatic. He likes elves. What do you say?
Aggressive negotiations.
All
You
right,
are correct.
there you go.
And then blue, which finishes that and gets me 2 more of those.
Okay. Very crazy. So I'm going to go blue. I have exactly 2 green cards before that. So it'll give me 2 maps, 2 exploration. And then red, I have 2 or more yellow cards, which means I get 1 more exploration. And then that completes this one, which gives me 2 exploration. Okay, so that is the end of the round. So first of all, count up what your deals are. That's a little different.
1, 2.
So I am leaning to study maps. I don't want to talk anymore.
I am definitely talking.
He's leaning to talk. This is definitely leaning to talk. So I have been overruled. I want to sing. I don't want to talk. I want to sing and dance. All right. So we did that. So now we're going to get out these. I'm pretty sure I have way more maps than you, and you have way more diplomacy than I do. We're going to give out victory points. So this is going to be interesting because he's going to get a pile of victory points here, and I'm not for these. So how many victory points do you get?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12. 22 victory points all over the place. And I got 3, 4, 5.
And then I have 1, 2 experience.
And you have 10.
Gosh. You're going to get a crap ton
I
of
know,
points
there's
from
11
that.
points right there. So, like I said early on, I was going to try for the experience point thing. But anyways, okay. So we did that. We gave the left and right tokens out. We cleaned up the timelines, which doesn't matter now. We don't have to clean that up. We flip that over, which doesn't matter now. And then we read the tail card. So we are going to 32.
Yep.
Skipping all this stuff.
Luke says it's been all downhill since the caves.
It has been downhill. Absolutely been downhill since the caves.
All right. Once you've weighed all the pros and cons, you decide to enter the Sylvan's hideout. Startled, the elves reach for their weapons, and the Sylvan takes to its hooves and hides behind a nearby rock. You try to reason with the elves, explaining that there's no need for a conflict between them and the local villagers. However, the elves have only one response to that. Although it may be ancient history for humans, they won't forget it so easily. Oh, stop it. Personally, I remember very little from yesterday, let alone from whole centuries ago, the Sylvan bleats from behind the rock. The person from your company who took the lead in the conversation recognizes the elves' perspectives. What for humans is ancient history, for long-lived creatures happened just the day before yesterday. The elves appreciate this understanding. They relax and put down their weapons. As the conversation continues, they agree to leave. They've realized that if they die in battle, they will no longer be able to further their own interests. The player with this token gains 2 victory points. One of you reaches for the map to find a safe way back, leading through the peaks towering above you. It is free from human eyes and offers hope for a way out of this place without the necessity to shed blood. The player with that token gains 1 victory point.
Okay. 32. Make sure I'm on the right side.
Each player gains victory points equal to the gold cube on their track, so you get your 11 points.
11 points.
18, 29. Yep.
Okay.
And we also get victory points for their side quest.
So I didn't get any victory points for my side quest.
I got a whopping 1.
1?
Yep, because I have 3 left,
greens.
so it gets me 1 victory point, yeah.
Okay.
You leave the Valley of Flowers feeling uneasy. The Sylvan and the elves were not at fault, but obstinacy and envy of the latter towards humans effectively denies the possibility of reaching an agreement. As you ride along, you glance at the peaks towering over the valley with mixed feelings. The end.
We suck.
We don't suck.
There we go. You talked down the elves.
There was no bloodshed.
I let us out of the mountains.
You did. Very well done, sir.
That's it.
Very well done.
If you want to score 29 to 25.
That's not bad.
No.
That's not bad at all. So I think this, I don't know, I would not have been anywhere close if I hadn't.
No, this was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
that
I
was
hadn't
an
done
awesome
that.
push. Yep.
So, but that's interesting how that evened out, even though I didn't feel like it was going to.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, let's get back to the top side. Songs about peas and winches.
No.
I don't know.
Peas. Did I say peas?
I don't know.
Crops.
I have
maybe.
no idea. I have no idea. Has someone watched the Witcher Netflix series? Was it good? Have you watched it?
Yeah. Well, I've watched the first season was really good. The second season was pretty good, and then I didn't watch the third season.
Is that the one that the Geralt's actor was switched? The third
No.
season?
No, he's in the third season.
Oh, it was the fourth season that
The fourth
he switched.
season.
then.
I don't even know if the fourth season's out.
I don't think it is.
The second
were
season
just-
was just kind of eh.
And
First season was awesome.
yes,
It was my favorite.
I don't have the breadth of experience in the IP that you do, which is why I let you answer first.
Sure.
I enjoyed the Witcher series on
It's
Netflix.
kind of funny because I don't think that even the second season, it wasn't the knowledge of The Witcher that made it. There was just things that they did that I was like, why would you do that? But
Right.
maybe that was the knowledge of The Witcher that did it.
Yes.
But the third season, where everybody said, I think I might have watched one episode of it or part of an episode of it, where everybody said it wasn't about Geralt anymore. It was about Ciri and Yennefer, and they kind of did a bunch of stuff.
yes.
I haven't watched it enough, but there's a whole series of the books where it's just Yennefer and Ciri doing stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a whole chunk of the books where Ciri's by herself.
Yes.
And like, so anybody that says that it's all about Geralt hasn't read the books because there are chapters and chapters and chapters and chapters that aren't Geralt's.
The third season was more about because I watched, I don't think I watched all of it, I watched most of it, but it was entirely more focused on the two ladies,
Yeah.
Yennefer and Ciri. And
That's fine. It's just one section of the book. So
Yeah, I didn't mind that, but at the same time, I'm can't remember his name now. It just slipped my mind. The actor's name.
Oh, sure. Henry Cavill. I love him.
Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
Love him.
Did a great Witcher.
Love him. Love his work in everything that he does.
Yep.
And that's one of the reasons why I watched the series to begin with.
Yeah.
Was because he was in it.
But he wasn't much in the third series, right? Yeah.
Not a whole lot. I mean, I don't know that there were, because sometimes, and it's been so long since I watched it, but sometimes when people aren't, I don't think there was an episode where he wasn't in the show, but there was a definite shift on.
No. Yeah.
A shift of focus.
I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the Witcher story goes, not talking about the video games, as far as the Witcher story goes, once he meets Ciri, there's a lot of short stories of things like this that he did with Dandelion.
Yeah.
But once he meets Ciri, they end up going to Kaer Morhen, He ends up training her a little bit, and then Yennefer ends up taking her to go to school to learn how to be intelligent, to go to like a mage school because she has magical powers.
Yeah.
And she leaves. Geralt goes that way, and he never ever sees her again for like 2 books.
Wow.
Ever.
Yeah.
Or a book and a half or whatever.
Right.
And Geralt's over here, and Yennefer and Ciri do their totally different thing. You know, with Yarpen and everything else. Like all of those little short stories, that's not even part of the, I mean, that's just little chunks of the books. But,
yeah.
But yeah, I guarantee there's at least one book where they never see each other, ever.
Wow. That's the way it goes.
Yeah, so it's not, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Karen says she likes this game a lot.
It's really cool. Have you played it, Karen, or you just...
She probably hasn't. It's brand new. I don't know that...
So funny enough, I got it must be shipping from like Seattle or something, or from over here. Because some of the stuff does ship from really close.
Yeah.
Because I got notification on Friday that it was coming.
Oh, wait a minute.
I got notification on Friday it was coming, and Saturday it landed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was at my house.
Wow.
So I'm sure everybody else is getting it.
So do you just get dealt an opening hand out of the main deck?
You have starting cards.
Oh.
Each character has starting cards.
Oh, it has their picture on it, doesn't it?
Has a little thing on the corner too. Their little symbol.
Oh, yep, I got it.
But it's really neat. Like I said, in this box, the Striga is in here. You know, the guy that kills his wife and the baby turns into a Striga and you have to deal with the Striga. The Striga's in here.
I used all but one. No, I used all of my starting cards. Interesting.
Lesser Evil's in here, which I don't know which one that refers to. Which story it refers to.
I couldn't. I have no clue.
Oh, the town of Blaviken has been preparing. Isn't Blaviken where he goes in to kill something under the town? I can't remember the story.
I haven't a clue.
The Mage Stregobor. Oh, no. This is the Mage Stregobor in Blaviken. So I can't remember what that gal's name is, but he's trying to capture women, basically, and have do experiments and stuff. And so you have to choose. I think in the video, or in the movie, in the game, I can't remember what that gal's name is called. It's against Stregobor, but yeah, I don't know. But that story's in here. There are just, and like I said, there's 5 more stories. Plus the Wild Hunt is a story. The Wild Hunt is actually you can play it solo, or you can play an all versus, one versus all.
Oh,
where
that's
one
cool
of you
too.
is the Wild Hunt and everybody else is the party.
Yeah.
That's doing their thing. So, anyways, but they have these chapter boxes.
Sorry.
So this chapter box just comes with those cards, but these other chapter boxes, they have completely different, look at this. This one has tokens and these little cards that come in it. Like, I don't know how it played, but it has they have whole different mechanics for each of the different chapters. So it's pretty cool. Pretty interesting.
It's weird. I'm not
And they put them in these little books.
Oh, there's another one.
You're not seeing because you're not looking.
Do we start with 5 cards?
5 cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Yep, I found them all.
Yep, but then every character has different abilities.
4, 5.
And they're quite different, but they're quite good.
Yeah. No, they are cool. That's one of the things that I liked about it. I was really hoping to try to do a little bit better on experience, but it's not cool. But these are cool. I was apprehensive about it being one-time uses to begin with.
Yep.
But I understand it now. Yeah. So these are actually really cool.
But you only have 9 plays over the game, and that can affect 4 of them.
Yep,
so.
Exactly.
Yep.
I like it. I like it a lot. JT, did you get the expansions with yours?
Yes, I got everything. Well, that's not true. I did not get the Middle Eastern version.
What's that?
There's a Middle Eastern version that came with it. That's Geralt in China or something.
Got it. You didn't get that.
I didn't get that because that's a little too far from me.
Are you going to try the co-op mode?
Yes.
Tom asks.
Not today.
Not today.
100%.
Karen says, no, I haven't played it yet, but I will buy it.
Yes, you should. It's really cool. If you like the Witcher books, this is really neat. I'm really excited to play all of them.
Melissa says, me and my husband Thomas got this game last week, and we can't wait to play it soon.
Nice. Well, hopefully our little teach will help you play it quicker.
A little bit faster. A little bit faster.
It's not a hard rule set.
No. It definitely wasn't a hard game, that's for sure.
No.
That's one of the cool things that I liked about it. It's very, very story-driven.
Yes.
And I like that. I like that about games. Sometimes story-driven games can be a little bloated, but this one was not.
No, this one's a quick one.
Yep. All right. Well, that is about it. We're going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you and your time. We will see you guys and gals on the flip side. Come back tomorrow for our Jesse's and my live Q&A in the morning. And we will see you then. Take care, y'all.
Until then, have fun. Go play Power World.
What's that?
I said go play Power World.